What's good? What's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Jaron Boots, Ennis, and Terence Crawford in the news today with a possible. It's just rumor. This is a rumor video. Don't get it twisted. But this is Jaron Boots in his verified Instagram account, and he shared a post saying His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheh has declared that he will try to make Terence Crawford versus Jaron Ennis in this year. All right. So I wanted when I saw that, that was very intriguing to me because I really didn't think Terence Crawford would be wanting to really just fight Jaron Boots Ennis, seeing as right now Jaron Boots Ennis really offers nothing to Terence Crawford's legacy. But I went ahead and did my research, so you guys take a listen to what I was able to come up and dig up. Alright, so shout out to Boxing News 24. It says Turkey Al-Sheh fight planned Crawford versus Boots in 2024, and it does have a question mark. So it's nothing solidified yet. This is just talks coming up. All right, it says His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheh will reportedly try to organize a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis in 2024. Fans have been eager to see the fight, but Crawford has been dragging his feet, not wanting to mix it up with the young phenom Boots Ennis. Some people believe that Crawford is flat out scared of the threat that the 26-year-old Boots Ennis, who has the record of 31-0 with 28 knockouts, poses to him, as he's viewed as a better version of the Nebraska native, a younger, better version of the Nebraska native at that. Boots can do everything Crawford can do, but with more power and ability. The switch hitting, counter punching gimmick stuff that Crawford does to impress the ultra hardcore fans is simple for Ennis. While the Crawford Boots fight may not happen, Crawford's limited activity. Terence only fights on an annual basis, as he's already set to challenge WBA junior middleweight champion Israel Madrimov on August 3rd in Los Angeles. Actually, I did a video on that. It looks like Jamel Charlo is blocking that from happening, activating his right to fight for that title again, being that he is champion at recess. Potential loss or wear from Madrimov clash. Terence Crawford could either lose to Madrimov, which I highly doubt, or take so much punishment that the fight would be impossible for him to return this year to fight Boots Ennis. Yeah, Crawford could probably drag him into the ring and fight Boots if His Excellency waves enough green stuff under his nose, but he'll be a physical wreck from the Madrimov fight. Madrimov equals a major threat. Madrimov is a guy with power that Crawford has never seen before in his career. The biggest puncher Crawford has fought was the Wi-Fi password puncher meme machine. They called his name Wi-Fi password. That's funny. And he had him down on the canvas and hurt. And that was 4 years ago. The last time I checked, Crawford hasn't gotten any younger since then, and he looks much older. Crawford's decline, coming off of a grueling fight, win, lose, or draw against Madrimov, will leave Crawford an easy prey for Boots Ennis. Even if Crawford didn't face the powerful Madrimov, he'd be up against fighting Boots Ennis. Now, let me first say this. I disagree with everything that they're talking about as far as Crawford having a hard fight with Madrimov and looking like Crawford actually looked his best in his last fight, which was against Errol Spence. I've never seen Crawford look that good, that sharp. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree with this. But the Spence illusion. Casuals fans, oh wow, I guess they're talking about me. Casual fans have been fooled by Crawford's win over Errol Spence, believing that he can walk on water and turn water into wine. I hate to break it to the fans, but Spence ain't what he used to be since his car crash in 2019. He crashed his Ferrari at 100 miles per hour, and he's not even close to what he once was. Madrimov is not chopped liver and will be a punishing fight for Crawford. Who the freak has he fought that's on the skill level of Crawford for these guys to even say that? That's crazy. But anyways, who is turning 37, and that is true. Crawford is turning 37. He is getting up there in age. Who is turning 37 in September and isn't a spring chicken. The combination of age and inactivity, taking on the biggest punches of his career, will be a massive problem for Crawford. Crawford will take shots against Madrimov that he's never experienced in a professional level, and it's late in his career for him to be getting hit and hard against a younger fighter with one punch power. All right. So let me go ahead and give my thoughts on this. All right, so man, listen. I gotta give, if this is true, I mean, you know, I gotta give a major shout out to Terence Crawford. I never thought that Terence Crawford was afraid. It's more so like, you know, like Terence Crawford was looking to move up to a weight class, right? He was looking to move up. Now, I definitely agree. If Terence Crawford was to stay at 147 pounds, he would have, like, you gotta fight Boots, bro. Like, that's the next biggest thing. And it's a great fight, right? So if Terence Crawford was to stay at 147 pounds, then I would feel like he should fight Jaron Boots Ennis. But it was rumored that Terence Crawford was having issues making 147 pounds, that he was going to be moving up to 154 pounds and looking to regain a title there and becoming then a 4-division world champion. So that's why I was feeling like, you know, I don't, you know, really think that, you know, a fight with Boots really makes sense if he's going to move up to 154 pounds or whatnot, you know. But if he stays at 147, then absolutely he needs to fight Boots, bro. Boots is a big fighter, bro, a big name. Now, it's crazy how a lot of you guys will sit here and say that Terence Crawford is afraid to fight Boots. Boots is such a hot phenom coming up at 147, but yet you don't want to give, you feel like Canelo Alvarez doesn't have to fight the likes of a David Benavidez. But whatever it is, bro. Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis makes for a great fight. Obviously, Terence Crawford has the more experience than Jaron Boots Ennis, but Jaron Boots Ennis is the young, up-and-coming fighter, and he looks to be a fighter that a lot of people don't really want to see right now. But you know what? The good thing about this is I'm so glad that Jaron Ennis is signed with Matchroom and not the PBC. First and foremost, like I said, 147-pound division is not really stacked like it once or normally is, right? So it's not like it's too many names that Boots will be missing. Secondly, bro, Matchroom is going to keep Jaron Boots busy, and that's what we need, bro. We don't need any fighters. We don't need these young fighters. I hate seeing how these young fighters are being pushed to only fight once every 18 months or once a year. I can't remember who said this, man. But I don't know if some. Oh, actually, I do know who said it. What's the guy's name that like everything that PBC does, he has a big issue with, and he's like PBC's biggest. A lot of people call him a hater from PBC, but I can't think of his name. But he said something that made so much sense, bro. And when doing an interview, he was saying, bro, how in the world can you expect to make a star only fighting once a year? Like, so basically saying, how can you expect for the PBC to have like a Canelo Alvarez or a Floyd Mayweather? Granted, yes, Floyd Mayweather does work with Al Heyman, but Floyd Mayweather was not fighting. He also wasn't just fighting once a year, and he earned his way up to that point. But as far as building a fighter, how can you expect for a fighter to be a star if they're only fighting once a year? And that made so much sense to me, bro. And so with Jaron Ennis, I feel like Jaron Ennis could really take over the sport. But the thing about it is, he has to fight. He has to be more active. Granted that he wasn't signed with the PBC, he was signed with Showtime. But Showtime was doing a big deal with PBC, and a lot of people just kind of felt like that's the route that he would be going in. I'm glad he's not going that route. I actually am glad that he's going to go in the Matchroom. That way he'll stay busy. I do believe that Eddie Hearn will keep him busy, and that way, you know, he'll make a big star. Maybe I feel like he should fight Conor Benn in the UK, bro. That would make him more of a worldwide star as well, bro. I think he'll beat Conor Benn, but I think that fight should be in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if he fights Terence Crawford this year and then fights Conor Benn next year, like he's working his way on up. And it won't be too long before he moves up to 154 pounds himself, because Jaron Ennis is a big 154-pound fighter. Now, Ryan Garcia did recently say that he was willing to or interested in fighting Jaron Boots Ennis, but I doubt that happens, seeing how De La Hoya is already saying any type of fight that they have with Ryan Garcia will be on at their stipulations. And you heard how, if you go back and watch when Eddie Hearn and Ryan Garcia's father had exchanged words or whatnot, as soon as Eddie Hearn brought up Jaron Ennis, Ryan Garcia's dad changed his whole tone completely. He was like, huh? What about Pitbull? Pitbull doesn't fight under Matchroom. That's a PBC fighter, you know. So, you know, I doubt that fight happens, but I pray and hope that you know, Matchroom can keep Jaron Boots Ennis busy, and he will be the star that we know he can be. All right, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?